everyone, in today's video we are going to organize this closet. So this is a coat closet that's at the top of our stairs, but we don't actually use it for hanging up coats. I store a lot of my cleaning supplies in here and things that I use on a regular basis. And then it is also just a place where a lot of junk has just collected, kind of a catch-all where we didn't know where something went, or I just didn't want to put it back where it belonged, and then I just ended up shoving it up here in these shelves. So I decided that it was finally time to tackle this space and get it decluttered, get it organized, and just make it work better for our home and our family. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take everything out and just see exactly what is up here. And after I took everything out, I realized there was so much more in this closet than I actually thought was there. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling it all out and getting started with this project. Can you believe all of this was in that closet? There's so much stuff in here, and it's so random and just things that totally do not belong in that closet. So anyways, what I did was I just basically divided things up into categories and then decided if it was trash or if it needed to be taken somewhere. Some items I wanted to definitely keep in the closet, and so I just made some executive decisions and decided what was going to stay in the closet and then what needed to go downstairs. I do have a closet in our basement that I have all of our decor items that I just like to keep a hold of, like books and picture frames and, little glass dishes and baskets, things like that. And so some of these things needed to go down there. These brown bottles, you'll see me put those in a container later. And those were some soda bottles that we had gotten, and I thought that they were really pretty, just the brown color for fall, and so I'd use them as fall decorations with some dried grass in them. But they weren't supposed to stay in this closet. They were supposed to go downstairs with my decor things, and I just never did it. So I'm going to take those down and then sort through some other like craft items. I have a craft bin with some flowers and greenery, and those are all going to go downstairs as well because that's where they belong, not in this closet. So anyways, I'm going to go through all of that, and then I'll catch up with you in a little bit. After I went through all of my craft supplies, I just categorized them. So these are all my ropes, and I put these in a reusable plastic bag. I believe I bought these from Grove a few years ago. So I'm just putting them in here along with my glue guns and stapler that I use every once in a while when I do crafty or DIY projects. And then I'm also going to put in our paints. So I use paints, and my kids like to use the paints as well. And I do have beads in here, which I end up transferring. Yep, I'm going to put them in this container. These are my daughter's beads that she uses to make bracelets and necklaces and things like that and just be creative. So I'm going to include that here as well. And then, like I said, the paint supplies, and that will basically do it for the craft bin. The next thing I did was I made some labels for the containers that I was going to use in the closet, and I just went onto canva.com and made them. It's pretty simple to do it there using their free program, and I just printed them off, and I'm going to cut them out here, and then I'll use some tape to kind of laminate the labels. But I really didn't want to spend any money on this project. I just wanted to get it organized and decluttered, and so in order to do that, I just used what I already had. I'm using containers that I already have, and then I'm making these labels out of supplies that I already had as well. So I'm going to show you putting on the labels, and then we're going to start getting things put up into the closet. The next thing I wanted to do was organize my broom and aprons in a better way, and I realized that this bar was actually in the way, and we don't ever use it, so there was really no purpose in leaving it there. So I went ahead and took that down, and then I started taking everything out of the bottom half of the closet. There were some things in here that did not belong, so I'm taking out everything and then only putting back the items that actually belong in the closet. After I took everything out, I realized just how bad the walls were, and I thought that they were just maybe scuffed up and I could probably wash them down, but it ended up that they were just in really bad condition and needed to be painted. So after I vacuumed the floor here, then I went ahead and got out my paint that I had left over from painting my trim in the basement, just the plain white. So it's just like a basic, paint that you can get off the shelf. But I went ahead and painted the closet really quickly, just one coat. I was just trying to cover up the stains that were on the wall, and it really made a huge difference in brightening it up and making it look a lot cleaner in here. next thing I did was figured out the hooks and nails that I wanted to use to hang everything up. I had this hook, but it definitely needed to be painted, so I added some black paint really quickly, and then once it was dry, I put it up in the closet, and then I added in everything the way that I wanted it. So I put in my brooms, dustpan, and my kids' broom. They have a little one that they like to use, and then also my duster. And wow, I did not realize how dirty my duster was until seeing it here in the video. I'm like, wow, I really need to wash it. So maybe that will be in an upcoming video. But anyways, I'm putting all of that up, and then also the rest of my cleaning supplies and my aprons. So I like to keep them hanging in here so that it's easy to grab when I need them for cooking or cleaning. The space looks so much better. I'm really loving how organized it is in here and how much more functional the space is. I really use it on a daily basis, probably multiple times a day. And so it was definitely a closet that needed to be organized. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So that top shelf, as you can see, just holds our lunch boxes and a big bowl that we don't use very often. And then on the second shelf, it has our craft supplies, my kids' paint t-shirts. And then the third shelf is where I keep candles, and just kind of lighters and things like that. It's really nice to have that handy in case the electricity goes out. And then also plastic grocery bags. We use those on a pretty regular basis. And then also my sewing supplies. So after that, then I just hung everything up down here in a better way. So before it was just kind of some random nails in the walls, but I ended up adding them exactly how I wanted them, spaced everything out so that they're easy to get to and they're not kind of like hanging on top of each other in weird places. So I have my mop over here and my aprons along with the vacuum cleaner and step stool. And then on this door, I took everything out that was here and just added in some of our plastic bags to use. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I hope that it has given you some inspiration and motivation to organize a space in your home as well. Of course, I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.